This is card 14 of the Major Arcana from the Sola Busca Tarot, and it represents the character of Bocchus the First, who was a king of an area in northern Africa called Mauretania. He ruled it from 111 BC to 80 BC, and the reason he's notable is because during the era of the Roman Republic, before it became an empire, he actually betrayed his ally on behalf of the Romans. And then afterwards, the Romans and he became allies and good friends. That's why he's featured in this deck. Now, if you look at this card, there's really three different variations of it. The first one is just the raw engraving. This is what the card would look like right when it got stamped off the copper engraving plates, and then it would be colored. So there's several versions of this card out there in museums and in private collections. And as you can see, this version with color, the shield is sort of falling to pieces. You can't exactly see everything on it, but there is some writing there. There's what looks like a black N on the shield. Now, the third image I'm going to show you here, this is a version of the card that was copied in the early 1900s and donated to the British Museum. So this would have been donated to them, I think, in 1909 or 1907, somewhere in the early 1900s. And you can still see the inscription very clearly on the card. And if you place one over the other and very slowly adjust the opacity, you can see where these letters still exist. They were not black, they were actually red. They're woven into the coloring of the shield. So by slowly adjusting the opacity from the black and white image, you can actually make out where the text was on this character's shield. It's really interesting to see how most of it has come away. That N is not an N at all, it's actually an M. And then the two X's are down in the red on the bottom of the shield.